And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, and it's Tuesday. It's
It's already
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and we had F3 this morning, and Fred Blanton is here. And Fred, how you feeling?
Fred Blanton, Bobcat Sales, glad to be here. I feel great. Danny, I love the way you pushed it this morning, man. You really got after it.
I felt like I might hear that, and sometimes accountability. Let me just say this on air. Sometimes accountability from our friends, our workout buddies, our co-host, it really makes you want to claw their eyes out sometimes, doesn't it? If I had a little what is that, a voodoo doll where they stick the pins in it? If I had a little Fred voodoo doll when I was running up the hill and you were giving me heck over not going up the grass hill, I would have stuck pins in that little doll.
Well, just let the viewers know that everybody was running up the grass hill as part of the workout, except for a couple of guys because they didn't. I don't want to get my feet wet.
No, not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. You know what it was? What it really is I feel that initial stage area, the with where everybody's sitting down, we jump off that stage, it's dark, people are running, and I just feel like that's an accident waiting to happen. So it's more about not wanting to get hurt than it was being afraid of that hill. But that being said, I didn't want to say that. I couldn't say that in the middle of the workout.
But
Russ Hammond, good morning.
since we are being accountable,
Yeah, we are being accountable. Let's go.
there is a portion once you get up to that sidewalk level, you have the option to run up the grassy hill at that point.
That's true.
Zero. Yeah.
You know what I did there? I did instead. I said, guys, I've got the guys that want to keep their shoes clean. I am with this group. I am with you, and we're going to run hard. But no, that didn't happen. But I could have done that. But accountability from everybody, it's helpful, because the truth is, when somebody says, hey, you working out this morning, and we don't feel like working out, we kind of hate them for making us know that we should, don't we?
Yeah.
And that hate is temporary, because we're really frustrated with ourselves for not doing what we should. Trey Whitehurst, great to see you back here this morning. Hope you're having a great day. Did you have any breakfast yet, Fred?
Me? No.
No breakfast.
No breakfast. I'll eat at 1 o'clock today.
I got a little yogurt in that Tupperware bowl that I just showed. I'm kind of excited about that. Put a little protein powder in it, and mixed it up. Put some nuts in there, some fruit. We were talking cereal yesterday, but that's my go-to now. So I've got the Q. Speaking of F3, I got the Q on Thursday.
You will be leading the workout.
Always makes me nervous.
I know that I'll keep my shoes clean on Thursday.
You're going to have the cleanest shoes in F3. You can wear your new ones. Whatever your new ones are that you don't want to get messed up, you wear those. I want to talk about, I thought Double D, who led the workout today, and then he gave a word of the day after the workout, a word of the day, a quick story. What did you take from that?
It is a great reminder of how not to overreact in a tense situation where his mind was thinking one thing He thought he was disrespected. He was a little embarrassed in front of his wife, and you'll tell the story after this. But it just goes to show, and this could be typical of men, probably more so. We immediately go to that, oh, I'm thinking about punching somebody. That's our natural instinct.
Yeah.
I'm going to rip something apart.
Hey, he disrespected me. So let's talk about it. He went down here. Yeah, good morning, DJ. Good morning. Glad to see both of you here. We went down here. We went down here to, or he did. I wasn't with him. He was with his family. He went to the ball game. Someone, another fan, made a comment to him and essentially kind of daddy. The way I took the story is he kind of daddied him. Told him, get down from there. You either move or I'm gonna move you.
Yeah. So he stepped up on the bleacher in front to look at something.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
And the guy told him, hey, you can move or you'll be moved.
You can move or be moved. And so immediately, if you're like me and you hear that story, you put yourself in his shoes, and that would have got my attention. That's, what do you say to that, right? And so it sounded like he's a great guy, but he kind of he got a little frustrated.
Yeah.
And he told us that he spent half of the game trying to figure out, how am I going to handle this? He has his wife with him. He's got his kids with him. He felt disrespected. And then what happened at the end? What happened at the end?
He said that it stole his joy for 4 innings. And this was at the Savannah Bananas game. We know how hard those tickets are to get.
Right? 5,000 people.
Stole his joy for 4 innings. He wasn't enjoying the time with his wife. It took him out of everything. But then the gentleman explained to him, apologized, put his arm around him,
and told him that he had just had back surgery, was probably worried about him falling on him, or something.
He was in the worst pain of his life, and apologized for speaking that way to him.
And the truth, Fred, the truth is that man with the back pain, probably before he spoke like that to Double D, he may have very well had somebody do something to him that was also suffering from something. I mean, we pass along, and 9 times out of 10, it's I say not, I don't know the data on it. But the truth is, very often there's a reason that someone is being, if it's a gatekeeper, and we're in sales and they're just mean to us. If it's a customer, I've had people that I have called before, and I'm literally scared to call them again. Right? I mean, they are so not fun to talk to and make you feel bad. But you got to do it anyway. And when you call them the next time. So people ebb and flow. People, we all do. We have things happen. We get called up, and kick the cat syndrome. There you go.
Go home and kick my cat.
Go home and kick that cat. Hey, we need a quote of the day. And I think I'll play this first.
Quote of the day. Quote of the day.
Now, before you say the quote.
Okay.
Since Trey brought up a cat, I mean, technically, people, we have been trying to get Daniel, the average dude, Allison, to get himself a dog. And now I'm even to the point where maybe he needs a cat.
Oh, what?
If you support this movement of the average dude getting a puppy or a kitten, put it in the comments.
No.
Put it in the comments. Let's apply some serious pressure to the man having a pet.
No. The responsibility of a dog. I want a dog. The responsibility of the dog. I like to keep I need to be able to go here, go there, go everywhere. You know how I like to do, Fred. But I do like and need a dog. I see the benefits of having it. I'd love the heck out of a dog. That thing would be talking. If that dog lived with me, that dog would be talking before too long.
All right. So just on First Sip right now, we created a business.
What's it called?
Rent a dog.
Rent a dog.
For half a day, you can rent your buddy, a friendly, furry buddy for half a day. Rent a dog.
You know, I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, will you take care of this dog for a couple hours and go for a walk?" I might walk that dog around. You know, I'd talk to it. Me, AI, and the dog would sit down and have a little powwow. Okay, we're
Translation.
digressing.
AI, can you translate that?
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, quote of the day.
Our expectations create our reality. Now, I want to know where your mind goes. Expectations in people, expectations on what might happen. We get invited to an event. We're excited. It looks great on paper. Maybe it's a vacation. And then we get there. Wah, wah, wah. It's not the same as we thought. I thought it was going to be great. Or maybe, remember when you're a kid and you're watching the commercials and the kids are playing with the toys and they have the toys in the most coolest of environments and doing all sorts of cool things. And then you get it and it's not good at all.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those race tracks. The cars go around and around and around.
Yeah.
On the commercial, it looked fantastic. Good morning, Tyler, by the way. But then when you got it home and you put it together, it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, same thing. My brother and I used to love you remember the football game? You had the little men and the metal and it would vibrate.
Yeah.
What a cluster. Who was coaching those guys? I mean, it was unbelievable. They didn't you want to yell at the television. Now you would yell at that game. I mean, they were we always wanted to complete a pass, but yeah, those were the days. But we had expectations. We had expectations maybe in video games that we would get whatever it was, and we still have expectations. And by the time you get our age, we kind of can predict what will happen. Now, we kind of know. We kind of know the general kind of way that things will go. It makes me think of Groundhog Day. Remember that movie?
Yes.
He's living the same day over and over again. And he says, man, I can do anything. Nothing's going to change. And so at first he's very selfish. You know, he's like, oh, I can just, if I'm waking up and just playing the same day again, then it's all about me. But then what did he do? He started picking up on the patterns in people and started connecting with them because he paid more attention to them. And so that makes me think, whatever it is that we're doing in the day, when we think about that day, I call it stretching the corners, stretching the box. You're going down and you're doing something that you've done 100 times. Maybe it's visiting a customer. Maybe it's whatever it is. But if nothing changes, nothing will change. That's what I've got to say. And so when we wanted to, I don't know, did I go anywhere with you?
Yeah. I think it was I think you just shot a shotgun. Stuff went everywhere.
I do that sometimes.
Now, I do like it. I do like it when I walk away from a situation and say, wow, that was better than I expected.
That was better than I expected. Amen on that. That was better than I expected. And if we can control our expectations and we can think about what's going to happen, that's expectations. Let me say it like this. Expectations are visualizations. When we think about what might happen, we are putting ourselves into that situation. So if it's an athletic event or whatever it is, then but yeah, I digress. I had so many thoughts that I wanted to talk, and we started talking about electronic football, and then I tried to squeeze it all in. Fred, what you got to say?
Here's where we run into problems sometimes is our expectations of other people.
Yes.
That will
Yes.
get you in trouble.
Yes. Just like we have to expect that people are on edge right now, right? Regardless of there's a lot going on. People are going to be on edge. Things are going to happen.
But
So
that's
yes,
what you're expecting. Why are you expecting that?
well, that way what I like to do is look at the total, the good and the bad of all the different things that can happen, and that way I'm not surprised by anything that happens. I never go, this is going to happen. Now I will visualize it. I will say all these things can happen. What is it that I can control within this environment? What is it that I could do to mitigate some of those things that might happen? But I'm not able to control things that I'm not able to control. Well, this might happen and this might happen. It might be the greatest podcast that we've ever had, or it might be the worst podcast. What can I do right now to prepare to try to make it good? Maybe I need
so have no expectations of that situation. And I agree with Russ. You need a parrot.
I need a parrot. I've got AI. I don't need a parrot. Parrot. The new AI or the new parrot is AI.
Hey, you had a lot of thoughts today.
I had too many.
Can you get real singular right now and give us a final thought? No, he can't. Here's the deal, people. Do not have expectations of other people. They may surprise you.
They may surprise you. Have a great day. My advice is to have a great day and to return back here on Pump Day Live 7:55. Let's roll. Bye-bye.